Hello, and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana.
And I'm Matt. Let's dive into the top stories.
President Trump celebrated his 80th birthday with a significant announcement, a preliminary agreement to end the war between the U.S. and Iran, accompanied by a UFC cage fighting event on the White House lawn.
That's quite a unique way to mark a birthday. What are the details of this Iran deal?
The agreement includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz and ending the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports. It's being called a great peace deal by Trump.
So the Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway. How does this impact global oil supplies?
The reporting suggests that oil prices have plummeted following the announcement as the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz eases supply concerns.
That's a significant development. What about the reaction from other countries, especially those in the region?
Israelis are reacting angrily to the news, calling it a disaster for Israel and directing their fury at Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
That's interesting. The Israeli defense minister has also made statements about not withdrawing from seized land. How does that fit into the broader picture?
Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, said that Israel won't withdraw from land seized in Lebanon, potentially challenging the interim deal between the U.S. and Iran.
This could lead to further tensions in the region. What's the latest on Trump's upcoming G7 summit in France?
Trump is heading to France for a G7 summit where he'll discuss the Iran agreement with allies. Issues like Ukraine and trade are also expected to be on the agenda.
The G7 summit is a crucial diplomatic event. How might the Iran deal be received by other G7 members?
It's likely to be a topic of significant discussion, given the friction between Trump and some of his allies on various issues.
Let's shift gears to the economy. There's been a major deal announced between Fox and Roku.
Fox Corp is buying Roku in a $22 billion cash and stock deal, giving Fox access to Roku's streaming platform and first-party data.
That's a huge deal. What are the implications for the streaming market?
The acquisition will combine Fox's content with Roku's platform, potentially strengthening Fox's position in the digital streaming space.
How might this impact consumers and the competitive landscape?
The companies say Roku will continue to be run as an open, partner-friendly platform, so there may not be immediate changes for customers.
Let's talk about the impact of the U.S.-Iran deal on oil prices.
Oil prices have dropped significantly after the U.S.-Iran peace deal was announced, easing supply fears in the Strait of Hormuz region.
How long might it take for oil and gas supplies to return to normal?
Energy experts say it could take several months for supplies to normalize as stranded ships need to depart and new tankers require safe passage.
That's a critical point. The immediate price drop is just the first step in a longer process.
Exactly. Now let's move to some other news. There's been a significant development in the sports world. The Premier League review is back, covering the best action from match day 7 of the top flight.
And we've had some exciting World Cup matches. What were some of the highlights?
Sweden thrashed Tunisia 5-1, with Yasin Ayari scoring 2 goals.
That's a dominant performance. What about other World Cup matches?
Japan and the Netherlands played out a 2-2 draw, with Daichi Kama scoring a late header for Japan.
A thrilling match. The World Cup is always full of surprises.
Moving on to entertainment news, there's been a tragic incident. American singer Oliver Tree died in a helicopter crash in Brazil at the age of 32.
That's shocking. What are the details of the crash?
2 helicopters collided mid-air over Rio de Janeiro, resulting in a fatal crash that killed 6 people, including Oliver Tree.
That's a terrible accident. Have the authorities commented on the cause?
The exact cause is still under investigation by the relevant authorities.
Let's touch on some other entertainment news. There's been a significant lawsuit filed by Tyra Banks.
There's been a significant lawsuit filed by Tyra Banks against Netflix. Tyra Banks has filed a defamation lawsuit against Netflix, alleging that the producers of the America's Next Top Model documentary manipulated interview footage to construct a false narrative.
That's a serious allegation. What does the lawsuit claim specifically?
The lawsuit claims that hours of interview footage were stripped down to create a false narrative.
This could have significant implications for documentary filmmaking practices.
Now, let's shift to some business news from Korea. Starbucks Korea is shutting all its stores for staff training on historical awareness after facing backlash over a marketing campaign.
What was the issue with the marketing campaign?
The campaign faced widespread criticism, leading to a significant drop in sales for Starbucks Korea.
Training staff on historical awareness is a proactive step. How might this impact their future marketing strategies?
It's likely to make them more cautious and sensitive to cultural and historical contexts in their marketing efforts.
Let's cover some other news. There's been a tragic plane crash in Missouri.
Several skydivers killed in the crash were experienced jumpers, highlighting the risks involved in skydiving.
That's a sobering reminder of the dangers of skydiving. What about the investigation into the crash?
The NTSB is leading the probe into the cause of the crash.
And finally, let's touch on some global health news.
Congo has reported a record one-day increase in Ebola cases, with 72 new cases in a 24-hour period.
That's alarming. What's being done to contain the outbreak?
The Congolese Ministry of Health is working on contact tracing and response efforts, though challenges like insecurity and funding gaps remain.
It's a complex situation. The international community likely has a role to play in supporting these efforts.
As we wrap up today's briefing, it's clear that there are many significant stories unfolding across various domains.
Indeed, from geopolitical developments to global health crises, there's a lot to stay informed about.
That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in.
Goodbye, and see you later.